Houston, we've got a problem.
Thunderbirds are go!
A missile named Mac.
Mac and
In Technicolor!
That's me. The telephone company has asked me to tell you what the
Looks a
people
little bit like a
telephone
douche nozzle.
laboratories and the Western Electric Company are
You're a
doing for
douche
our
nozzle.
government to guide ballistic missiles like me.
Well, you're a
You know,
ballistic
we travel
missile.
speeds of over 15,000
Hell yeah.
miles an hour toward targets thousands of miles away. Of course, hitting the target has always been a problem for us missiles. Take my well, let's just call him my oldest ancestor, Rocky. Like all missiles, Rocky had to be aimed
Yo, Adrian!
before being fired.
What the?
Cavemen and dinosaurs did not coexist. I'm
Along
sorry.
came
It's
the
just...
arrow,
Now for the
which had a bow
creationist
string as
version
well
of
as a
this
man
theory,
to aim
we'll
and
have,
control this miniature missile.
Several 100 million years later,
Later on, the rifle was developed to guide a bullet. The rifle barrel aimed and controlled the bullet as long as it was in the barrel. But once the bullet left the barrel, the little lead missile was completely on its own.
Donald!
It's always in the ass.
Rabbit season!
All of us ballistic-type missiles are on our own after we leave the gun barrel stage of aim and control. This rather primitive guidance system had to determine the distance and direction
I've
to the
played
target
this video game
and just
before.
how hard to propel the missile.
Scorched Earth! Woo!
I think I have a
guidance
copy of
system
that
has a
still
sort of
somewhere.
brain, too. A computer on the ground and radar to keep track of me.
It's Radar
This
O'Reilly.
mechanical master of mathematics has to know the exact distance to a target that may be over 6,000 miles away. And to make the job more difficult, the rotation of the Earth keeps the distant target moving. To complicate the problem further, I am traveling at a speed of 300 miles a minute. Fast
And
enough
when
to
a
get
train
from San
leaves
Francisco
Boston
to New
going
York in
20
about 10
miles an
minutes.
hour,
Whether or not I hit the
I was
target
told
is
there would be
determined
no
about
math.
the first 5 minutes of flight. That's how long my engines burn. So that's how long I'm
oh,
under
look at that.
control.
It's okay, Missile.
My
That
gun
happens to
barrels.
everybody now and then.
During this time, I have to be guided in exactly the right direction to reach exactly the right speed at the instant my engine's cut off and my nose cone is released. Because even if I'm aimed right, if I am traveling 1 foot per second too fast or too slow when my engine's cut off,
It's going to be World War III! Yay!
So you see, long before I'm fired, scientists and engineers have figured out exactly
No
what
math,
I should do to
right,
hit the
Mark?
target and have fed the
God damn
information
it.
into the
Hate
They're
math.
just making up
This
crap
information
there.
includes
I know
distance,
some
effective
math.
gravity, my
I'm pretty sure they're
engine
making
power,
up stuff
Earth's
there.
rotation, many things. And it's all used in guiding me to my target and controlling my speed. Now, I'm going to let you in on just what is done in those first few critical minutes to make sure my nose cone reaches the target.
Of course, after
The
watching
computer
this
will
classified
communicate with me by
information,
radio
you will have
signals
to
until my
die.
engine's cut off.
Yeah, do you think we should leave this available freely for the Al-Qaeda and all the terrorists to use against us? I think we ought to do something about this.
Well, given that I'm guessing this is some sort of government training film, we may have even sent this to the Taliban at one point.
Just where I am. The part of the communication system
In fact,
I
it could be
carry
videos
out
like
with
this
me
that are one of the
must be
reasons that the
compared to a
Taliban
robot,
hates us.
which
I'm just
takes
saying.
action whenever the computer orders a slight turn. The
Now there are
engine
tiny
can mount
robots
on
in the
swivel.
missile.
poor
When the order
robot.
comes,
Tiny,
they
tiny
turn me and
robots.
straighten me out. The engines act as a kind of rudder, steadying me and keeping me on the right path. But what happens if I should get a bit off course?
Throw the
Oh,
nanobots
you
up.
remember, I am sending back a steady signal showing just where I am. On the ground, my changing position is sent to the computer many times a second. Watch how the computer
Throw them up
gets
and
me
rocket
back
them
on
away.
course. The computer
If I wanted to
compares
worry about this
everything
crap,
I
I'd play
do
Kerbal
with
Space
everything
Program,
I
okay?
should be
Jeez.
doing.
You sank
As
my
soon as it discovers
battleship.
the difference, it issues a correcting order. So we have
You've turned your
two-way
targeting
communication
computer
many
off.
times a second. Orders from the computer are followed by the automatic pilot to keep
I'm
me
all right.
on course.
Use the FOSS, robots. Use
In about
the
5
FOSS.
minutes, I am aimed and going at just the right speed.
And then everything goes
Tells my
horribly
engines
wrong.
Exactly when to cut off and drop away. There goes my first engine.
It's going to fall to Earth and crush people.
Now I'm out of the gun barrel stage. My nose cone is on its own for the rest of the journey.
Acceptable losses.
This system with the computer on the ground is called command guidance. It's one of the most accurate systems ever invented. While we missiles help the armed forces keep the peace, we also serve as rockets helping the National Aeronautics and Space Administration to put satellites
Or
in orbit.
NAMBLA.
But mostly we just
Boosting
kill
a satellite
people.
is much like launching a missile. A satellite is just sent on a different mission, out where nature's laws keep it in orbit.
You know, there's a slight moral dilemma there, as
That's no moon.
Experimental telephone communications. It was successfully inserted into orbit by
Actually,
the
I
Bell
think it is
Laboratories
kind of a
Western
moon.
Electric Guidance System. So were Explorer 10 and 12, launched to measure magnetic fields and the flow of energetic particles in space.
You will join with
So
V'ger.
was Tyros, which gathers and relays information about the path of hurricanes and violent storms. And the Bell Systems Telstar, the first active experimental communication
Wishing on
satellite, was also
Telstar
put in
should have
orbit
been
by the same
told.
precise guidance system that guides me.
Look out, Daleks!
Communications can be many things. A long
Easy is not one of them.
the guidance of a missile, a phone call, or a television program being relayed from a satellite.
A creepy puppet climbing over radio
There's the
wires,
moon.
telephone
I
wires.
may even be guided up there sometime in the future. But no matter where I'm sent, it's nice to know that this precise guidance system will guide me to my destination.
which will inevitably land me in my death.
Which is okay, because every moment of my life is pure living hell.
It's alright, after I explode, I will go and spend the rest of my life with 72 Victrolas.
No,
Alright.
see, that is the problem when you start running into the moral dilemma as artificial intelligence gets more and more complicated. When do missiles become suicide bombers?
Who might decide, I don't know if I really want to be a suicide bomber here.
I mean, will it come to a point that it become, you know, they'll become intelligent enough that, say, someone smart enough could, like, build a missile that would go towards that missile while it's in the air, and, like, it would, like, flip off the missile and get it to change course to chase it instead, because it pisses it off.
Hello there, friends. It's your old pal, Bobby Roquefort. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And if you'd like more of that, unsubscribe to our channel. And if you didn't, well, I don't know what to tell you. But we do have more videos over here if you want to see more of what we've already got up. That's it. Help me.